Okay, we would not want to spend too much time on for other while we are waiting for other people to come in. So let's start with the webinar. Thank you for joining our webinar, our weekly webinar, okay, hosted by Reveres Academy and Cambodia Chamber of Commerce and curated by Up Your Games. Uh, we are glad to present a video marketing 101 to our audience and hope that you will have a great time with us. Okay, so today what we'll be talking about is how do we do posting on different type of social media in terms of video marketing and the top 3 video marketing tips and the 3 myth and mistake of video marketing. Okay, we are glad to have Yancong to be with us. Yancong is a media marketing specialist and the founder of Yancong Video Production. So he has helped small and medium enterprise organizations and startups to advise them and execute branding and social media strategy using the power of video. So Yancong is specialized in using video marketing strategy to solve their pain point and hit their marketing and business goal. So without further ado, let us welcome Yancong to give us a talk on the video 101. Thank you. Hi Yancong, welcome.
Hey, thanks, Wanai, for introducing me in such a great power. I really appreciate you guys have invited me. So thanks, Reveres Academy, to really make this happen. Yeah, I'm very glad to be part of this process, and I hope you guys are really ready for it. If you guys are ready, seated and ready to go, please type in number 1 in your keyboard and press in the comments. Just let me know that you guys are ready. Yeah, because I want to kind of see that you guys are ready to listen to what I have to share today. Yeah, so let me share screen first so that we can see the slides. If you can also see the slides, do let me know. One eye can help me kind of like to make sure that it's all clear and ready to go. Okay.
Yep, we can see, no problem.
Perfect. So I hope you guys are seated ready, and just wanted to kind of start this whole session with a poll. Okay, and this poll is really to understand where you guys are at, level of understanding, and of course, the COVID situation, and see how it affected your business. So the first question is, let me put up the poll for you. Okay, if you can see the poll right now, it's the level of understanding. I just want to know the whole demographic in this particular course, this particular workshop, to know where you guys are standing at. So from that, I can better advise you and better to engage with you in terms of the Q&A and the progress. So I won't talk too advanced if you guys are still at the lower tier level, or neither I won't go too low if you guys are already used Instagram before. Yeah. Just give you all about a minute to make sure that everybody get a chance to vote. Yeah. I hope you guys have your breakfast already though. Yeah, because it's gonna be a dense one, and prepare your notebooks just to write some notes because it's important. I want to make sure that I give the full value in this 1 hour. So let's see. Okay, so now I have about 13 out of 21 people that have voted. Anyone? Just to kind of make sure that I fill up all the gaps. So there are actually a few that are doing well. There are 2 people, so well done.
So we have to see your level of understanding in video marketing. So do you know anything about it? Yeah.
Yeah. In particular, in the video marketing aspect. I mean, today we are going, we just plug out the video marketing into Instagram. So just kind of dive a little bit into Instagram, but using the video elements. But I will also go through, in general, using Instagram. I mean, Instagram is a perfect tool right now. Okay, so I will just I'll just close this poll. So I'll know that most of you guys, about 54% of the group today, is zero knowledge, a little bit of use but no results. 1 is skeptic. So today I'm gonna change your perspective of how you're gonna use Instagram. And 2 people are actually doing well. So congrats. I think maybe 2 of you can actually share a bit of knowledge during the Q&A to help the rest of the crew. Okay, the next question I want to ask is how COVID have affected your business if you're an entrepreneur or if you have started your own business. Even if you are working for someone, does COVID actually affected your business? Let me see whether I can go to the second question. Okay, let me share the result first. Okay, so this is like the current demographic that we're looking at. Then let me go to the next question. Is there a way to go to the next question?
I'll do it for you. Yeah.
Okay.
Poll number 2. Yeah.
Yeah. Poll number 2.
Okay, I'll launch a poll. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, this is the second question that I need you guys to engage with me, to just let me know exactly how COVID had affected your business. Again, entrepreneur or you're working for someone, I would just want to see how badly it affected you and see how we can navigate from there using Instagram also. 9, 11 people have voted. 13 people have voted. 14, come on. A quick one, just a click of a button. So 15, 16. Okay, so I'll just make it to 1 minute mark so that at least everybody understands.
Okay, anybody? We still got about 6 more to vote.
Yep,
Yep.
come on.
Yeah, just a click a button and let us know what is the
It's important to let us know so
yeah.
that we can understand better before we engage the conversation, so I know where you guys are standing at. Okay, let me end the poll first. Okay, let me share the results. So we have most of the group at 50% is affected a little bit. The next biggest group is bad, so it's really quite bad. Then 3 of them is not business owners, but you can still use Instagram, by the way, if you're not a business owner, because it does help if you're doing personal branding or you are going into selling something or selling of services, or to help people to kind of serve them, so you can actually use it as like as a tool. Okay, so we all know that COVID actually struck quite badly. So everything is digitalized. So partly why I ask this question also because I want to let you guys know that if you have some platforms online, it wouldn't have affected you as badly. So Instagram is really just one of the tools. There are quite a few digital platforms, as you know, like Facebook is one of the most common one in Cambodia. Myanmar also using quite a bit of Facebook, I would say. And Instagram is something that is quite fresh, I would say, in the Southeast Asia market. It's very saturated in Singapore, but in most of the Southeast Asia country, a lot of people are not tapping it well enough. Even Indonesia, our nearby neighbors, are not using well enough. So today we will go through exactly what are the tips to grow organically. And let me share my screen. Let's back to my slides. Okay, so as you can see, before I want to go to the table of content, I just want to kind of share that how big Instagram is as of this year. I'm not talking about next year, but just this year's research. January, as of 2020 January, we have about 1 billion users, active users, are not people that just create and just leave. And you can see it's a growing numbers and there's a growing trend. And because Facebook bought over Instagram and it kind of merges this experience together, they have additional people that flock into Instagram, vice versa, Instagram people flock into Facebook. And they want to kind of make it synergize. So if you're using Facebook, you should seriously consider merging it with Instagram to kind of sort like build of this like bridge together. Partly also because there are a lot of active users that are cross marketing. So I usually advise my students to kind of use Instagram and Facebook together as an ecosystem that builds it up. Yeah, so this is just one of the statistics. I'm not going to go too much on the numbers because it is really the fact. So I'm just plucking a few more highlights. 63% of the Instagram users check their app at least once a day, with 42% of open the app multiple times within the same day, meaning that everybody is using it every single day, and they are just using the app because there's also like an addictive kind of thing that they want to see. So it's a very visual thing, and people just like to see new stuff that pops up every single hour. And over 130 million users engage with shopping posts on a monthly basis, which means now your shop front, imagine you have a physical shopfront. It becomes an Instagram shopfront. People are actually buying stuff on Instagram. Transactions are actually happening on Instagram. It's really not just for show. It is something that people are using it to earn money. And a lot of people are creating this misconception of we are just creating for the sake of creating, but they're not tapping on things that could help their sales process much faster if you digitalize into Instagram. And the last one, nearly 2 out of 3 users are between this age group. So if you are doing a business or if you are finding your own demographic, you should take note of the age group hanging out on Instagram. Of course, this is not the tips that I'm going to give. These are tips. These are just statistics. So I'm just going to kind of give you like a whole overlay, like a bird's eye view of exactly how Instagram is functioning as an ecosystem. Okay, but before we start, I just want to highlight this. This is a workshop. This is not just a sharing like a 1 hour thing and just like done and dusted. I want to make sure that I give you the full value. So in order for me to do that, I need you guys to have 120% concentration. Make sure that you're focused, plug on your earpiece, participate and give feedbacks. We will keep looking at the chat box. So in case you have any questions, just do type inside. Do let me know on the Q&A. Be engaging so that you can get the full value out of this. And whenever I just want to make sure that you guys are really paying attention, I need you guys to also type in the comments below, like just say hi to everyone. Just make sure that you guys are engaged before we go into it because it's going to be quite dense. Okay, so in return, I make sure that you guys have maximum value by giving you more. I will squeeze everything in 1 hour and make sure that you can apply straight away. Answer all your questions, so don't be shy, just ask away, because the more you ask, the faster you grow and you don't have doubts when you leave this course. And make sure that you gain more than the paid course. I'm actually sharing more than a paid course actually is giving on, like if you go to those online course where they give you like maybe a 6 hours course, I'm squeezing all into this 1 hour. Okay, so this is the table of content. We have the overall characteristics of Instagram, just kind of let you see what exactly Instagram is made of. The top myths and mistakes of Instagram for business. The types of function of Instagram. A lot of people actually missed out the functions. They only thought that it's just pasting on the feed or pasting on stories, but actually there are more than that. And of course, the secret ways, the 5 secret ways to grow your Instagram account. You do have to pay for it, but of course, there are paid version, but I'm just teaching you the organic way to grow. And measuring your video and statistics in Instagram. There's actually statistics that you can refer on Instagram to make sure that you know whether your posts are doing well or not. Not just videos, but also normal posts. Okay, the characteristics of Instagram. These are the 5 that I'm going to go through. Mainly why I go through these 5 is because this is what Instagram correlates with when you have a business account. Mainly business account because if you are going to use it for profit or for sales, then these characteristics will suit you more. It also can apply for personal branding, but it's more centric if you are opening for a business. So it's more company cultured video. That's the first one. Why I said that? Because company culture video is people that can see what's behind the scenes. People can understand what is your company all about. It's not just showing the product or the feature onto the feed. If you're gonna post like for 12 times of the same thing, like the different products, and people don't see the persona of it, like the company's style, then they will just feel like you are just trying to sell things to them. Because you must remember, Instagram is a social media platform. It's not a sales media platform. It's where you build connections, engage with your people. And that's where your company culture comes in. Even if you're an entrepreneur, if you are like, just like me, I'm like just a solopreneur, you also need to kind of share what is actually happening. But no worries, later I'll share with you like a case study of exactly what I'm trying to say when I talk about company culture, and all the little things that you need to brand yourself on Instagram. The next characteristics we are talking about is the teaser style of media that doesn't require much action. Simply said means that if you have behind the scenes, you have like all little intrigue of, like a sneak preview. Instagram is like the perfect space. Partly also because Instagram only uses between 15 seconds to a minute. I mean, apart from Instagram TV, that one we will talk about a little bit later on the feature part. But most of the people that view Instagram, if you notice, their attention span is between 15 seconds to 1 minute. Some people can go as low as like 5 seconds. So within 5 seconds, if you don't feel like it's engaging, you just go straight to the next post. This is a fact. So you should try to have teaser style videos or just kind of show like a 15 seconds thing every now and then that don't really need actions, because we there's no way you can input stuff to kind of get them to be too into it, because Instagram is a platform where they're just gonna see stuff and get a little bit of engagement, and that's about it. If you're gonna have a lot of steps, step 1, step 2, step 3, have a lot of things that people have to read, people will get turned off, people will leave. So make it bite size, make it teaser size. The third characteristic is visual centric. As hard as I have to say it, it's still a visual platform. So no matter how well you write, you still need some sort of photos or videos to anchor what you are trying to say, because people can't read what you write on your caption if you can't even have the people click on the visual. So you have to make sure that your visual is on point to have at least people know that what you are trying to say, and make sure that people are actually tempted to even click on your post. Because as you can see, if you go to your search and discovery, there's like tons of image, they're static, they're not even moving. So you have to make sure that that photo is so interesting that I can even spend some time to click on it to actually read what you're trying to say. So it's very visual centric. And the fourth one, static photo feed. It is a world of static photos. Like I can literally show you right now what I mean by visual centric. So it's just like this. Everything is in static photos. We have a lot of videos in our own account, but you still need to have very good visual. So that's why I go back to visual centric again. It is this feed that makes your brand. It's this feed that make people want to click on it. Yeah. So the fifth one, I know it's a little bit lengthy, but just hang in there. The fifth one is one of the most saturated platform online. Though there is like 1 billion users, like I've mentioned on the statistics part, but you have to understand that because there are so many competition. But the good thing about the Southeast Asian market is, in Cambodia, is still not as competitive yet. Sort of like there are not a lot of people tapping on it. So it's much better to invest yourself in Instagram right now, onto Instagram, as to compare to maybe if you are posting in Singapore, or if you are posting in Hong Kong, or if you are posting in the US, because everybody is using it. So you're starting to fight for it. You should tap on the platform where it's like it's the growing trend, or it's gonna be like the next thing. Because if you're gonna use whatever you learn today onto Facebook, you might not have much result as to compare to you using it for Instagram. So it's one of the most saturated platform online. Okay, before I go to the top mistakes, just let me see, have a little view. I saw the Q&A part. Okay, maybe, okay, later then I'll settle the Q&A. I was clicking it, but there was no response. Okay, anyway, top mistakes. But before I go to the top mistakes, I do want to share with you, I do have a Video Marketing Academy Facebook group. What is this Facebook group? It's really a free platform where everybody learns from each other. That's why it's a group. You get your weekly content on video marketing. I share a lot of tips inside. I do podcasts, so sometimes I'll just share information inside on this Facebook group. It's really to grow each other, to learn from each other, and to share your content with the rest of the group. If you are talking about video marketing per se, you'll be able to post it and grow as a group. And this is the QR code to scan. If you're not sure, do scan this so that the link will be provided onto the chat box. Towards the end, I'll share the link on the chat box, so to make sure that I don't drag too long on this. But this is the QR code, so do scan. If not, you can screenshot this. I give you like 5 seconds before I go to the top mistakes of Instagram. Okay, so top mistakes. We have these 5. I know it's a lot. But if you understand what I'm trying to say at this point of time where you can really absorb, do type in the comment, yes, I do, so that I know that whatever I'm talking is absorbed properly. If not, please type it in the Q&A section so that when I am go into the Q&A, I understand that which part you might not very understand from. So you see the chat, scanning the code now. Okay, if you miss the code, do also let me know. Later, towards the end of the course of this workshop, I will still flash it out. Yep. Okay, so these are the top mistakes. Top mistakes, first one is hamster wheel virus. Because this COVID season, right, I feel like virus is the more appropriate area to highlight it. The hamster wheel virus is where you have, okay, imagine, let's close your eyes, guys, close your eyes. This is a imaginary thing that you need. You need your imagination to really start to see this happen. Okay, so imagine you are this person. Okay, starting to create Instagram post, for example. So you start creating, then later you kind of see yourself. Then you started to create, and you hope that, oh, I can get sales, I can get leads by creating all these posts and post online, and hope it works. Okay, so this syndrome, right, applies to all platforms. It's not just Instagram. Okay, so you post it, then you just see, okay, so there's like 1 or 2 likes, not much engagement because it's not strategic. It's just like, oh, post and hope someone will see. So maybe you're selling something, you just say, oh, 50% off or something for the first order. It's supposed to have a lot of engagement, right? You would think that, oh, there's a lot of, must have a lot of people gonna like it. And there's nothing because it's not strategic. So end up you get demoralized. Then you just like, oh man, you dread to do the second post, you dread to do the third post. Then these things just keep happening. Then after that, a while you feel like, oh, okay, maybe I should do again. Maybe you watch someone do like a super crazy Instagram post, then you got inspired. And so okay, let's just do one more time. Okay, then you do again. Then you notice that, oh, again, you have no engagement. Then you get demoralized. Then you just keep doing this. So I call it a hamster wheel because you just keep running like a hamster. Just keep running in the wheel, just keep running. Then you'll see that it's not gonna help you because you just keep doing it. So this virus is very contagious because I have seen people literally in one span 1 year, they create, they drop out for 2 months, they create, they drop out for 2 months, so on and so forth. You just keep repeating and repeating and repeating, and this is gonna get super ugly because first the feed will look very distorted. It looks weird because every 2 months they change their color, they change everything in Instagram and just look damn weird. So this is like one of the top mistakes. This is like, to me, is like number one. It's the worst mistake you could make, is to post it with no intention. There's no like call to action. There's no like things that you purposely intentionally put in just to kind of help you to get the customer, or change them to at least to become a follower. Yeah. So that is that. The second top mistake is post and ghost, like what I mentioned in the hamster wheel syndrome. It's those that post 3 times a week, very aggressive, post 3 times a week. Then suddenly you not motivated to do the next week. Then later you stuck. Then you just like, you wait for like 3 weeks to get inspired again. Sometimes you just like, I don't feel like doing it. Then you post it for another three times. Then you stop again. And this is where Instagram will punish people that only post a bit and you run out from the from the platform. Okay, so how Instagram and Facebook reacts to posts is, if they see that there's engagement in the post, they will recommend to more people. So that's how your post grows. But you need to be intentional. You have to post at the right time. Okay, we'll go a little bit more like the tips when we go to the next part where we're talking about tips. So if you post and you ghost, you will see that Instagram don't reward you for that, even if it's engaging, because they will think that, oh, okay, this person don't really post a lot. Sometimes he'll just goes for like 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So no point put his content on top. When I say on top, it's like, like when you go to the discover page, then there's like a tons of posts. Yeah, sometimes you will happen that if your post is getting engagement, they will put it on like the top 20 to let people see the post, to create this. Because what all they want to do on Facebook, Instagram is to make sure that their users stick to the platform. So the more you allow their followers to stick to your platform and to create an engagement and to stay on the platform as long as they can, that's all they want. That's all they want them to do. So as a creator, our obligation is we post, and we post consistently. I think that's one of the problems that a lot of people don't have, which is the consistent part. You need to be consistent when you're posting. Okay, so that's the second mistake. Okay, let me see whether I can still engage that question. Yeah, because I can't flash the question. Yeah, towards the end, I will address the question. So, Sotida Ban, let me settle the Q&A towards the end of the thing, so we can collate all the questions and we can answer all as a group. Okay, the third mistake is missing hashtags. You can't just post without people knowing. So even, yes, you post, but you notice that when you post, you are only giving the followers that you already have. So what's the point of you telling the whole followers, like maybe you have 300 followers, for example, what's the point of you telling the same 300 people if they already know what you already are already doing, like you are doing wedding. If, for example, if you are doing weddings, then people already know, the 300 people already know that you're a wedding videographer or a photographer. So the hashtags is for you to capture people in their area. It means like okay, this part I will show you when I'm sharing how to grow it organically. But so I'll show you later. I'll show you how to grow organically, right, using hashtags. So I'm just gonna explain each hashtag, these missing hashtags first. So make sure that you actually put on hashtags because it gives you a reach where they are not your followers yet. That means strangers might be able to pop in, which I'll share a little bit more later. So no worries. Okay, the fourth mistake is only use Instagram for promotion or capture leads. Okay, this mindset is very toxic. A lot of people actually use it for sales. Again, I want to re-emphasize, it's a social media platform. It's not a sales media platform. So don't ever use it as like a thing to capture leads. You can capture leads, but that is not the right platform to do yet. Because if your product and your service is so good, this platform is supposed to just harvest the people to let them inquire, let them be converted from that platform to another spot, like maybe their WhatsApp or maybe into their email list, that is the place where you are able to do sales. But Instagram is not one of them. Yes, there are functions for people that buy the product straight away. If your product is like the baby clothing, for example, there is a way for people to still buy stuff. Like you can highlight the item and you can buy stuff. But if you are on a service platform like mine, what I'm sharing right now is really service based. It's very hard for them to book something from you. So the way to do it or to capture leads and sales is to convert them out of the platform. So don't use it as promotion. You can do once in a while like a giveaway, there's always a giveaway or maybe there's a promotion, like a short promotion, but don't use it as a permanent strategy because if you keep doing it, your brand will look very cheap. And this is what we don't want to have the impression. The moment the impression is cheap, you can't increase the price. And that is very dangerous as a business owner. You don't want people to reflect you as like a very low price, low entry vendor or like a company. Like you don't see people sell Starbucks coffee, for example, at like $1. You only see them sell at $6, $7. But if they keep doing promotion, people will just think that they always sell at a cheaper rate. And that gives you a wrong intention, a wrong idea of what Starbucks is about. Okay, that's 4. The fifth one is you should never include links on your caption. Because the problem is you can't click on the link. So no point having links onto your caption of your post because no one can click it. So I see a lot of people when they post their stuff, they like to, please join this link. Then they put a whole chunk, a super ugly website link that doesn't make sense because they can't click. And that looks really ugly on Instagram because it just looks very messy. Website sometimes if you don't change it nicely, it just look all over the place. So there's actually a way to put your website or a link on Instagram, which I will share a little bit more under the organic approach. So these are the 5 mistakes. Screenshot this, ingrain in your head. This is very applicable until right now. Nothing has changed. It's always been these 5 mistakes. I have did this for a few webinars right now. Until now, I don't feel that the need to update this because this is so relevant if you are using Instagram. So screenshot this if you need. Okay, let me change to the next slide. Okay, let me go to the type of functions first before going into the organic approach because I think that's the best part. So I'll leave the best to the last so that you sit down, anchor yourself, and really pay attention. Okay, so these are the type of functions: stories, highlights, feed, Instagram TV, and Instagram Reels. Reels is something that I only managed to know 2 weeks ago. It's something really, really interesting that's going to come into Instagram. I will kind of say briefly because the whole of Southeast Asia, or basically the whole Asia, haven't got this thing yet. If I'm not wrong, only a selected countries have it. I'm not sure which countries, but Singapore, Cambodia is not one of them for sure. I've checked. I think it only comes in either late this year or early next year. Because they are doing like a beta testing. So I think only US, Mexico, Japan or something will have these functions. Brazil have it like the earliest. It's like they are like the guinea pigs. So Reels is one of the best tools right now, according to US lah. Okay, so but we'll go to the things that we already have. So Instagram stories. What exactly is Instagram stories? Let me highlight this. Okay, this is the page where I talk about go a little bit deeper. So Instagram stories, the first thing is you can see from the left is 15 seconds content. So 15 seconds is like the max you can put per story. Doesn't mean that you can only put one lah. You can put 15 seconds. You can put in multiple chunks. It's usually raw and uncut. Means it's usually not processed. And then I think that's the beauty of it. You don't have to edit. People are more forgiving because it's like in the moment kind of thing, where you don't have time to frame your shot and everything. Then there's like no point for you to like wow make it so nice. And people use Instagram story to engage with people. What we want to do on Instagram is to create this two-way traffic. A lot of people, I think another mistake that I didn't mention was when you post, right, you shouldn't just post as a one-way traffic. You're not there to just like post and wait and just like, oh, nah, this is my thing and just wait. But you are supposed to force this engagement. Why I use the word force is because I would say that the trend in Singapore, I'm not sure about Cambodia, like how does the Cambodia market feels, but a lot of people in Singapore, they don't like to speak up unless you open this platform. So I call it as forced engagement. It means you create opportunity for them to speak back to you, because it's actually a healthy practice. After a while, they will get used to talking to you, and when you're asking a question, people are more willing to answer you. And that's what we want. We wanted this engagement. As what I said before, Instagram actually reward you if you have strong engagement. It means they'll promote your post more for free. I mean, if it's good enough, of course, which I'll show you a case study later using our brand. And so take note that even though it's a 15 seconds content, you don't have to necessarily pack it into 15 seconds. I think one of the best situation right now on Instagram story is you can do like a minute long, but you cut into 15 seconds each. So you can post like 4 Insta story in one post lah. So you can use that to post it so that when the 4, it looks like a series of things is happening. Yeah, so that is Instagram story. That's one of the key functions, okay? The next one is highlights. Very similar to Instagram stories, but this time around we are plucking out of stories into the platform of the of this. So how it looks like is like this. So you can see these 4 circles, these 5 circles. Let me see whether I can go down to let you see better. Yeah. So these circles are highlights. Oh, too bright. Okay, so highlights, right? We brand them as branding tools. Why we call it a branding tools is because when we it's very intentional. Okay, in the past, right, highlight is just like maybe you have certain things happening in one situation, you just want to post it. So it's more of like certain things happening on a certain date, then you wanted to kind of highlight. Maybe the behind the scene or something, so you just kind of highlight it. Then it's usually in a series form because it's like maybe there's like 5-6 stories in one, so you just want to kind of make it highlight like to keep it to maintain it into your brand. But the problem is after a while people get stale and it's very messy. So a lot of people have a lot of good ideas. They change it into a branding thing instead. So what people do on highlights right nowadays is they create a series of things. To make it more obvious right now, I wanted to share my phone. So let me do this because it's so exciting. I really have to share like on my phone itself, so that when you see it makes much more sense. Okay. Very fast. I make sure that this is. Oh, let me share my screen with sound. Okay, so this is the screen. Okay, I'm sharing. If you can see, let me know in the comments below. Say yes, you can see, because I can't see from where I'm looking at. Yep, perfect. Okay, so this is Heart to Heart Stories. This is my wedding brand. It's opened by me and my wife. So as you can see, we have you can see this part right where I'm clicking. these circles in the exact center is the highlights. So what we do with it is when couples see our page, so eventually you enter the page. So the thing you want to see is like maybe the price and something like that, right? So what you do is I have this page called Start Here. So this becomes a highlight, Instagram highlight. And what does it have? Is literally go into it, and this is a quick introduction. So you know, okay, this is a quick introduction. So you go in. Is it very loud?
By Yancong Videos.
I'm Yancong.
And I'm Tengi. And
we
we are married.
Natural moments inspire us, and your story drives us.
We believe every couple has a love story worth telling. So let us help you get there.
Made for me. I'm tied up. I'm tethered to. I'm fall down, drunk in love with you. I'm tied up. I'm tethered to. I'm fall down, drunk in love with you. Tied up. I'm tethered to. I'm fall down, drunk in love with you.
Hi guys, welcome to Heart to Heart.
First off,
Congratulations.
So next step, all you have to do is
Okay, all you need to do is to go to our link in our profile page. You just have to scroll past, show the pre-wed, etc., etc. If you want a combo and phone number, and of course, if you have any IG that we can actually tap on to kind of have a look, that will be the best. And of course, 3 words to actually describe your wedding, which ultimately affects how the film is gonna look. And you just press submit. That's it, and we will get back to you really shortly. So see you there. Okay, so as you can see, this is an introductory kind of a platform. So how we brand it is how we use it as a highlight is we use it to welcome new followers to kind of get to know us before they actually see our face. So I wanted to create this brand as a highlight to make sure that they don't just know us, but they can see us like they already can build this connection any time of the day, 24/7. So that's why I really emphasize on the branding part, because Instagram highlight can create this effect of like branding. So it can be in the series. So it's okay to have a lot. Like the next one you can see is vendors. So we do highlight our vendors that we work with. So when they see, they can also know us. So it's sort of like a branding kind of thing. It's not just about capture memories and just put it there, but it has to be intentional. So that's why I say it's usually the last point of this of IG highlight is one of the first few things that you showcase, because it's technically your short front. So make sure that your short front is visual enough. Yeah, which I keep emphasizing on. Okay, let me share back my screen again. Okay, so this is just one of the things. How do I go back? New share. Okay, so back to the screen. Okay, the third one is IG feed. IG feed is the main theme of your account. Basically, what you have seen just now, if you scroll down, which is the main standard one, you have 9 to 12 image, basically the whole post basically. But statistics shows that, right, couples or the users or clients or followers only see the first 9 to 12 posts. Why 9 to 12? Because you won't scroll towards the end. You only see like the first 9 to 12, and from that 10 seconds, right, they will create an impression of you. It's just like, you see the first a stranger for the first time, and you kind of judge a little bit to see like, oh, okay, this person looks good or this person looks bad. Everyone is judging like that. So you have about 9 to 12 images or videos to impress the person. So treat this as how the front, the shop, when people go to the shop, the physical shop, that is how people look at you in Instagram feed. And if you don't present the best, if you're not visual centric, your brand will look very lackluster and will look very bad. So make sure that your image can bring across and make sure that they actually understand what you are doing. If people go to your Instagram feed, they don't even understand what you are trying to do, like they don't even know what you're doing, then something is wrong. You have to rebrand it, or you have to kind of highlight exactly what you're doing. And that will really change how people look at you. And it's very image driven. That's why I write the last point, image driven. And the last one is Instagram TV. Okay, Instagram TV is a little bit out of Instagram. I feel like it's out of Instagram, partly also because it's long form content. That means it's totally opposite of what I have shared just now. Instagram TV is trying to counter YouTube. So that's why they are trying to create long form content. If you don't know, you can post up to 15 minutes of content onto Instagram TV. It's about the same length that you watch YouTube videos. So they are trying to compete, Instagram is very proactive in countering competitors. So that's why they are trying to create long form content to draw away, to draw people away from YouTube into Instagram. But the problem is Instagram TV. I have personally tried it and it wasn't well received. Our viewership actually dropped because Instagram is a platform where people come and go very quickly, and I lose audience because of that. But I'm not saying that you shouldn't try. I have seen people that have success over Instagram TV, but I've seen people that failed on Instagram TV. So now it's really still a very infant stage for Instagram TV. Like Instagram is still not very sure exactly where they want to place Instagram TV at, or how it's supposed to synergize with the other tools that I've shared. But one thing they have did successfully is you are able to redirect your Instagram stories onto your Instagram TV. So it's more of like a link bridge, like you bridge between two sets of followers into the next platform. Yeah, but you're unable to change from Instagram TV to people to onto your feed. So I think that's the real problem with Instagram TV. It's still not perfect yet, but I would say that you can optimize it with your stories. Yeah, so I will share that also on to the part where I share the organic growth, because there's a lot of visual thing that I need to share. Yeah, but just to make sure that you guys, before I go to the 5 ways to grow organically, I need you to screenshot this, and I give you like 3 seconds, 2, 1. Okay, now I take out the answer. I need you guys to type on the comments below, just to make sure that you guys are paying attention, because I know it's quite lengthy. On the tools, or one of the tools that you think you're going to use it after this course or after this workshop. Type it in the comments below and let me know what tool you're going to use. Like which one you feel that will like feel like is the most interesting to you that you want to even explore. Okay, when I say IG feeds, okay, something that's the main bread and butter, right? It's like everybody's using it. Okay, how about the rest? Which tool do you think that you want to use it? Chanvile Ban say that pardon my pronunciation though, because I'm not very good at Cambodian names. You're gonna use IG story. Okay, that's good, because Instagram story is very fun to use because it's organic. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to take something that's behind the scene to show people how you are, what you are doing, and it's fast. You don't have to use too much energy and time. IGTV, interesting. So Daban, IGTV is quite interesting. I think it's one of the most potential to grow platform. As you know, Instagram TV is actually out of Instagram platform. They have a separate app. If you are not sure, it's actually a separate app to watch Instagram TV. And if you can retain your customers there, I think that is something that you should seriously pay attention to. Yeah, because a lot of people are untapped. So it's actually quite, it's not as competitive as IG feeds. Yep, IGTV, IG stories. Yep. So it's two extremes. As you can see, half of the people are actually talking about short form content, 15 seconds. And the next group of people, we are talking about IGTV, it's like long form content, 15 seconds and 15 minutes. So as you can see, a lot of mixed reactions in the group. Okay, while you guys are still typing, let me go straight to the 5 ways to grow organically onto your platform. But before that, again, shameless plug. There's a free video marketing blueprint that I use with my clients. I use it to strategize. So if you need some sort of like a strategy, what's included in this checklist, the elements that you need to prepare for your video marketing tool. I'm giving out for free because I really want to help people during this COVID season. I think it's really hard. It's really complex. So you kind of need this way to kind of build up your content. What is included in this is this 5 things. The 8 types of videos for your business. That means I'll go through the main thing is you plug out from Instagram. There are actually 8 types of videos that you can do for your business. An overview plan for your video. Shooting tips, how you should shoot using your phone, scripting tips, posting tips, and the ideal duration per video on different platforms. Like Instagram, I already kind of tell you the answer already, right? But Facebook, there are different duration, different ideal duration that Facebook actually promotes. And you can claim this by this QR code. Please scan it so that you can claim your free cheat sheet. If you need the link, do let me know during the Q&A so that I also provide that you can literally use it for your own viewing pleasure because this is something that I give for free. So the cheat sheet is for you to really get started for your video marketing journey. So I kind of leave it for 5 seconds before I go to the next page on the 5 ways you can grow organically, and of course a quick case study. Okay, 2, 1, pop. Okay, so the 5 ways to grow organically. Oh, don't know why this word is so hard to pronounce. Organically. Okay, is this 5. First one, post regularly. I have been saying it because it's like the mistakes that I pluck from. You need to post regularly, but depends on your capacity. I'm not saying that you have to post like 5 days a week or 7 days a week. It doesn't work that way. When I say post regularly, I mean that it's that you are able to commit. Like I have seen people that post once a week, and that works well. I have seen people that post 3 times a week, that posts well. For us, for Heart to Heart, we post twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week. So it's about 2 to 3 times. I think the most ideal is 2, 3 is the best. 4 is a little bit hard because I feel that this is not your full-time job, right? Like posting is not your job. It's like you're not a social media manager. So if you are a solopreneur like me, if you are opening your own business, I feel like if you're intentional enough, I think 2 to 3 times a week is good. Stories, if you can post stories every day, I think that's the best. Or alternate days of stories, I think that is the best. For feed, it's like maybe once or twice. I have seen people that can succeed 3 times. Like if you post on feed itself, like the main feed, you can drag like the latest like 3 days, then you have to post another one. But don't post for the sake of posting, guys. Don't just post because Yancong say must post 3 times. But you post because you have an intention. So maybe you want to convert people, or you want to share like your own webinar is coming, that kind of thing. You shouldn't just post things. So you have to plan it. But because we have shortage of time, I can't teach you exactly how to plan your content, because there's like a whole 2-3 hours thing that I need to kind of share. But do post regularly. So this is how you grow organically, because Instagram rewards that. Second one is be strategic. Don't just post or say, don't post or say posting. You have to know why you are posting it. So maybe you have a service that you want to highlight for this month. Okay, so be strategic. Post something that gradually introduce this product or gradually introduce this service. For me, it's maybe I want to share like our personality. Like maybe I want to share my personal brand, like why Heart to Heart started. So maybe this month is dedicated to that. So maybe the stories I can inform people that, hey, new post is going to come out in 3 days. Then 3 days later, I'm going to post a feed talking about how we started Heart to Heart, something like that. So be strategic in how you deliver. The third one, collaborate with other related vendors and subject expert. This is one of the strongest tips, guys. If you have followed people, try to talk to these people that you maybe admire or feel like maybe they are from the same industry, that you guys could do a cross-market kind of thing. When I say cross-market, it could be Instagram Live. I didn't go through Instagram Live because it's like a very new thing, and I don't see it as a main tool to grow. But I would say that maybe you can collaborate with the people that are already using Instagram. Then you guys can cross-mention. Like if you don't know, you can actually mention people on your feed, on your Instagram stories, and chances of them posting onto their own followers are also higher if you have a relationship with them. So collaborate with them so that you can tap on people's market, because their market might be your market. So pay attention to that because it's important. Okay, the fourth way is to use good hashtag. Okay, this is part where I have to share because it's so important. I don't want to leave you hanging with that. If you don't do it, wow, you're wasting such a huge chunk of time. Okay, let me share airplane. Okay, so this is the page again. Okay, when I say hashtag, okay, as you can see, my main caption, we see, okay, this brings me to the third point, just now the previous point, tag your vendors. If you're working with these people, let them know that these group of people exist, because if you tag them, then they have a chance of resharing your content. So you see, I don't just share on like on the caption itself. I share it like everyone that is involved so that they can also be part of this process and they can share for you. So you see, I even tag them. So I'll even ask, force at the bottom, you see, what is the one thing that you want to try on your pre-wedding shoot? This is to force engagement. Again, some of the tips that I mentioned, I apply on my own and it works. Okay, in the comment section, you start to see, okay, these are the hashtags. This hashtag is important because I did my own research and see what are the most effective hashtags. Okay, what are good hashtags? Sorry, this one I have to go through because it's important. For example, SG videography, okay, for example, 1,000 plus. We are looking at posts between 1,000 plus, 10,000, 100,000, and that's about it. That means we are aiming for these 3,000s. Why we are aiming for this is because you are able to compete. Like SG videography, as you can see, she posted a lot. She's one of my friends. She's also opened another production company. So she usually posts on feed like this, and it works because she pops up when people are finding SG videographer. Because if you post that, then people will know that, oh, you do videography. So why hashtag is important is, imagine I go to Singapore videography. Maybe I want to find someone that does videography. Okay, so not just the people that does videography pops up, but if you go to tags, you get to see all the hashtags. Then based on the hashtag, you get to see all the posts. So maybe this is about 100 plus posts, which is not the best. We are looking for about 100,000 because there are more traffic, means that people are actually finding more. So what we do is we try to have hashtags that are in the 100,000s lah. So for example, SG videographer, okay, for example. See who is the middle one? It's us. Oh, it's me and my wife. So we have about 1,000 plus view because of this hashtag. Then we managed to get a lot of viewership. Yeah. So this is something that we do TikTok to kind of like create something that is different. We wanted to kind of differentiate ourselves. So this is what we do, and we use the right hashtag, and the engagement was good. Like we managed to capture the attention of people. So using good hashtag is important because it does differentiate your brand just a little bit more. If not, you are competing with like a lot of videographers. So this is how we use good hashtag. And engage with your followers. Ask questions in your caption. Prompt them to talk about something. And this is how you can force engage, and that creates a relationship with your followers. You don't just post something, but if you're able to build relationship, then people will be more convinced that you know what you are doing. Yeah, so this is the force engagement part. Okay, the last part is the measuring video part. That means after you post something, how do you know the statistics? But we are going to use statistics that are free. We all want free stuff, right? We want to make sure that the tools that we use are even effective and free, probably. And Instagram is very good. They actually gives us tools that could help you. Yeah, so I'm gonna share again. Oh my God, I keep sharing and unsharing. Let me see. Screen. Okay, so we are in the shared screen. Okay, so for example, okay, we use this as the example, okay. the wiping one. Okay, so this is the wiping one. Okay, so if you have a business account, okay, main thing I need to do right now is to change your Instagram account from a personal account to business account. If you don't know, also can ask me in the Q&A how to change to the business account. I'll show you how exactly to be done. But it's important to change your business account because you can see statistics. So as you can see, if you are not a business account, you won't have this view inside. See this center one, you don't have this yet. So if you have a business account, you can change, you can see the view inside. Okay, so this is the insights. Okay, so these are the statistics. This is not really measuring, but to study it. So how we study it, okay? So 2,190 reach. We have about 64 visits. So out of these 2,000 people that we happen to see this post, 64 people actually visit the unique accounts, see our post. So they click it. They go to our profile, means they click on this, they watch this video, they find it funny, they click it into our profile. Just now the whole feed thing and the whole highlight I was showing you, yeah, they managed to see that. There are the 64 people that see our profile, 2 people that actually click on our website, which means that maybe they're interested in getting us as a videographer, wedding videography. So who knows, right? So from there, we also know about who bookmarked it. So 4 people actually bookmarked our idea. I don't know who. We can't tell who exactly did that or who actually liked it. Yeah. So out of 2,190 people, 83% of people that watch our posts are not following us. So you know that, oh, these are strangers, these are potential brides, potential grooms that are watching our account that may convert into sales, who knows? And the impression is even higher. Impression means like people actually see but never click. So there are actually more people that actually see but never click. So so we know this post actually harvests 3 followers. So no, oh, actually we did this and we get 3 followers out of it. And is it from the impression? They actually breaks down more from hashtag, from profile, from home, from others. And why I want to highlight this post is, see, from hashtags, which means hashtag generate half of the impression. 1,200 people are actually using based on hashtag. They don't even find us from there. They find us from hashtag. You know how powerful that is, you know? Like, I don't even know these 1,200 accounts. Like, they are not even us. As you can see from our account, we only have 600 followers. So it's definitely not from us. It's definitely from hashtag or people that recommended us. So that is so powerful, you know, like to measure these statistics. This information is so useful for us to know, to see whether what post works and what doesn't. Of course, you can compare to other results. Like this one is what we posted yesterday. As you can see, it might not have much reach yet because it's just a very fresh post, but it does lead people to our profile, and 25% didn't really follow us. So you know that out of 359, 77 people are actually from hashtag. So it still works. Like I know that, okay, this post is still working and people are still bookmarking it. So people are actually loving the content. Yeah. So these are the few things that you get to study from free lah. It's really for free. So make sure that you are already converting it to your business account, because you are really wasting your opportunity to study what Instagram can do for you. And it's really important that you know how to do it. Yeah, because if you're not using Instagram right now, you are really wasting the potential of how well Instagram is doing for you. Okay, so let me stop share and share the slides again. So this is the case study that I was trying to show. Yep. So now we come to the Q&A. We are slightly late, but it's okay. I want to address the questions that you guys have. Let me see whether I can flash the Q&A questions.
You need me to flash for you?
Yeah, please do. I click and there's nothing happening.
Okay. So the first question is, how about YouTube compared to IG?
Okay. Good question. I like this kind of cross-platform kind of question. As you know, if we talk about statistics, we're talking about like the characteristics of YouTube. Okay, now we break down into characteristics. Characteristics of YouTube is long-form content. And YouTube have a better search engine. Why I say so is because YouTube merged with Google. If you usually you find sometimes you don't know how to do stuff, you say how to do stuff, right? Then you Google and you notice that YouTube videos are the first thing to pops up. if you write all the how-tos and stuff like tutorials, you notice that on Google page, YouTube videos actually pops up. So if you're talking about search engine optimization, YouTube works very well. And there are tools for YouTube to study your audience, which means that you can literally understand what people are finding. There are tools, online for you to apply to find your demographic, to find exactly what they are finding. But Instagram is handicapped on that part. That means there are not much tool for you to study. You can only study hashtags because these are things that they have applied into their platform. That doesn't mean that Instagram is not working. Like for me, right, I found out that actually in the wedding business, Instagram works so much better because when you're throwing ad money to it, I'm throwing ad money to my Instagram page, works targeted so well as to compare to YouTube, because YouTube is very competitive. It's like there are millions of videos that are popping up, and you are fighting with content creators. So that part, unless you are doing the how-tos or the tutorials, people are intentionally finding YouTube. Like if you can target this group of people that are intentionally finding your videos, usually are like you have to ask yourself like, does your followers actually want to find content that you are generating? Is the tutorials helpful? Are they gonna find it? Because if they are gonna find it, then you will have higher chance on YouTube. But if you are not, like for my own business, then it's gonna be a waste of time, because YouTube is a whole new characteristics. That means they don't play by the rules of Instagram. So you have to let me know exactly what is your own industry. Then maybe we can break it down better. Yeah, but that's how I feel about YouTube versus Instagram. Yeah. So that's hope I address your question.
I think for the next question is how to avoid the boredness of followers while posting regularly.
How to what?
Avoid the boredness. That means how to avoid the follower getting bored while posting regularly.
Experiment. I think okay, one of the good ways is experiment. Like okay, I do. If you notice just now I shared the story, right? You will see that the wiping challenge, the hashtag wiping challenge is on TikTok, but I applied on Instagram because I was like curious to see, right? Experiment things that you want to experiment. It's okay to make mistakes. Then that's why I say the beauty of it is social media is very forgiving. Like you can post it and people can forget about it. If you're really scared to make the mistake and like, I'm not sure if people like it, you post on stories. Because stories people can delete after 24 hours. So there's no permanent mark to it. But maybe feed you have to be more intentional because feed is permanent. Unless you delete it, I mean, just remove it from the feed, right? So no need to worry about making mistakes. Just experiment things that could work. I would say try TikTok trends. TikTok trend actually works very well. You can see the number of engagement right just now. It's not even wedding related. It's just wiping challenge. We got like 1.5k views just based on that. I think that was a very good case study to let you try to experiment things. So after a while, try something different. Like maybe after 3-4 posts, try something different. Or what I will do is I create what we call content pillars strategy. Content pillars are pillars that you are addressing different things. It's not always about selling stuff. The pillars is for you to kind of nail down who you are trying to target. So maybe one pillar example is maybe you can define the age group, what problem they have, how to address it, maybe some tutorials about it. Maybe what the post will be targeted to them. Then another pillar post can be slightly change of persona. Maybe you can change it into another problem, another solution that is helping for another thing. So if you can maybe about 3 to 5 pillars, your 5 posts will be very different from each other. Then after a while, you can rinse and repeat these 5 pillars. So you post based on this structure. You don't just post things that hope will work. It's very, very strategic. Yeah. But today we have no time to talk about content pillars. But you can Google it and see what exactly content pillars are about. Then you build from there. So people won't get bored. Yeah.
Okay, I think that's answered the questions. I think there's no questions that coming in already. So
That's great.
yeah.
I hope I make people understand exactly how powerful Instagram is. I really hope that you guys could really apply it. Because there's a few more slides that I want to share. From today onwards, you have 2 ways. usually the scenario way is like, oh, I'm gonna do it myself. You gotta figure things out. You know, you might try. It might take days and take months to figure it out. Create videos and you got burn out. I'm motivated. This is usually the people that join in for my free content, and they usually see like that. Or you can have fast track and be able to join in the community. Why I'm doing so is because if you join the community, you can get your answers faster. You get to ask me consistently in the group. You can be part of this ecosystem and can grow faster. And this is why I'm flashing it out again. The cheat sheet that you can accelerate your progress. It's a free cheat sheet. You can use it on your own and a Facebook group, so that you are accountable. Because sometimes when you get this free content, you might not practice it. And in this community, we motivate each other to practice the thing that we preach, and that makes you a much stronger user lah, in that sense. Yeah. So if you guys need the link, you let me know in the comments so that I know that I need to paste the link to click. If not, it's the QR code. Just scan the QR code on your phone. The pages are there.
Okay, thank you, Yancong, for the very detailed and informative slides and content. I think we have learned quite a lot from Instagram. Actually, I have learned quite a lot. I have always been thinking of Instagram, but I actually don't know how to do it.
It's a very interesting platform.
Yeah, it's a very
Yeah.
interesting platform, but of course, my Instagram is mainly for my own family and posting within our family groups. But I think, yeah, like what you say, I have not converted it to business. I think that's something that worth considering to do it in terms of that. Yeah, thank you for the good insight of it. Okay, that will be the end of our webinar. If you have any question, you can put it on the chat group and we can answer you. We'll be here for at least another few minutes before it ends. So do look out for our next week webinar, whereby we have the our upcoming webinar will be on our SEO. So do look out for our website for it, and also do follow our YouTube channel so that you can see you can actually go through the whole session again if you want it. Okay, thank you, Yancong, for the.
Hey, thanks, man.
Yeah, thanks for
Is there a way that we can take a screenshot, like like just to say hey or something?
I think webinar we cannot have a.
Oh, such
There's
a
no
waste.
way we can have.
Okay, then it's fine. It's fine. Just wanted to kind of see.
Oh, sorry. One last question beside IG. Is there any powerful online tool platform? Beside IG, any other
powerful online platform. It really depends on where your target audience are hanging out. Like for me on the wedding, it's definitely Instagram is much more powerful than Facebook. So if you tell me if it's based on wedding, yes, then that is that. But if you're talking about other industries and depend on demographics also, Facebook is also quite strong. That's why there's no one answer that fits all. I have seen people that flourish with YouTube. I've seen people flourish with LinkedIn for personal branding. So you have to define exactly who your target audience are.
Yeah, I think you're right, because like professional service like us, LinkedIn will be a very good platform for us. Yeah, that's one way, because we can find our allied professionals and HR professionals in actually LinkedIn also. So actually it's true, depending on what your industry is and also what's your target audience also. Then that would be the important factor for you to consider. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, hope we answer your question. Okay, we'll be here for a few minutes before we end this webinar. So you have a good weekend and hope to see you soon next week also.
So Dida say, as I'm very new on Instagram, I got concept to start on Instagram from your explanation. Oh, okay. Hey, I'm glad that this helped you, man. Do share with me. If you have joined the community, do share with me the videos or the things that you created. Because from there we can review and help each other. I think it's a good practice lah. And I like to set the accountability thing, because I think a lot of people just like do it one time, two times, then they stop. And that creates a gap. And that makes you don't feel like doing it anymore. So I really want to be part of this process to build this relationship with you. Yeah.
That's good. I think that is very good. So because I think I'm one of those people who actually do one or two times and then I'll stop for quite a while.
Procrastinate. Hey, I think that's one
Yeah,
of the problem.
procrastinate for quite a while before the next one will come out.
I was there last
Yeah,
time when I was doing that.
correct. Because I guess I think what I'm actually facing also is that, you know, I'm not exactly a good photographer and also worst of all videographer. And then of course, because when we do videographic, we just do a raw videographic. But editing it is also one of the challenge actually.
No,
Yeah.
but I want to take this chance to dispel all these things, because I don't want to have an excuse. If you have weak graphics to post on Instagram, please use Canva. So people that are watching right now, I'm just not directing to one eye, but I'm just saying that
Ah.
use Canva if you have infographics or you have things that you want to post visually that stands out.
Mm.
And as for videos, if you're not very well versed, try Instagram stories first, because that is something that is raw, uncut, unedited. You can literally just say, hey, I'm gonna start my live stream in like 15 minutes, and then that is something that is good enough, because people don't really expect too much on Insta stories. So showcase that to people, because it's a culture thing. So the more you do it, the more people will receive it positively lah. Yeah, so I hope that helps.
Okay, that's good. Okay, thank you everybody. We'll have to end this webinar. Thank you for joining, and we hope to see you soon. If you have any, please follow us on our YouTube channel. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.